Are you looking for ways to make your mornings easier and less stressful? I'm Ree from mummyof4.com, and today I am sharing my updated morning routine that I have cultivated to maximize my mornings as a busy mum, stay organized, minimize chaos, and start my day in a positive way. My alarm goes off on my Apple Watch so that it does not disturb the rest of my family, because a large component of my morning routine involves getting some things done by myself. I find that in order to start my day the right way, I mustn't press snooze. I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get up. I have a basket next to my bed of all the bits and pieces that I put in there the night before that I'm going to need for my morning routine. I grab that and head to the bathroom. Now, it's currently summer, but even in the winter, the bathroom is the first time I will put on a light in my morning routine, because I'm really trying not to wake anyone else up. Hence why I put some bits that I'm going to need in a basket to stop having to flick on lights and fumble around looking for things. Part of curating my morning for me is setting the right mood for the day. So I like to have my AirPods in, and it varies what I listen to first thing. Sometimes it is a podcast that makes me feel positive, uplifting music, but something that's been curated to lift my mood. I like to hydrate as much as possible in the morning, so this is just nice cold water that I filled up into my chili bottle the night before. Then I open up the drawer under the sink in the bathroom and pull out a hair tie and a hairbrush so that I can tie my hair up and out of the way for teeth cleaning, skincare and exercise. I use some little hair grips that I got in Primark to clip my fringe out of the way too. Washing my hair is something that I choose to do in the evenings, because yes, washing my hair would take some time in the mornings, but drying my hair would take a lot of time, and I like to free up as many things from the morning routine as possible. So once my hair is in a ponytail, I clip back my fringe, and then I grab my toothbrush from the cupboard in the corner of the bathroom. And then I grab the toothpaste from that same drawer where I originally got the hair tie underneath the sink. So this whole time while I'm cleaning my teeth, I am listening to something positive that is just setting the tone that I want for the day. It could be really positive, uplifting music in a playlist that I have put together myself. It could be an audiobook that is teaching me something or enhancing my mood, or it could just be a really fun podcast. But whatever it is that I choose to listen to in the morning, I make sure it is something positive and something I've actively chosen, and something that is not going to bring me down or start my day on the wrong foot. Once my teeth are clean and I'm starting to feel more awake, I grab a small cloth from the bottom drawer under the sink in my bathroom and wet it with just some nice cool water, and I use that to wash my face. Even though I always take off my makeup before I go to bed and cleanse my face before I shower, I find that just wiping off any gunk that may have built up overnight helps my skin to feel clean and fresh, and also really helps to wake me up. Once I've finished washing my face with this little cloth, then I just simply chuck it into the bath. Because it is damp, I don't want to put it in with any dirty washing that isn't going to be washed immediately in case it goes yucky, and I know I can grab it later on, but I'm not going to do anything else with it right now because I don't want to wake up the rest of my family. I then dab my face dry with a hand towel from the bathroom, and it's time to moisturize. My budget-friendly moisturizer is Nivea Soft. I use this all over my face and body, and my bougier favourite is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which I have if I've got in stock, if I've had it for Christmas and birthdays and things. Honestly, both work really well. Neither have an SPF, but do not panic, we will add an SPF later. So I slather whichever of the two moisturizers I go with that day all over my face. My skin is naturally very, very dry, so I find that washing and then moisturizing my face really helps to wake me up. And if I don't moisturize almost immediately after washing my face, my skin almost feels like it's going so tight that it's peeling. Then it's time to take down my fringe, which is slightly out of control in need of a cut at the moment, and head downstairs, so the time is currently 5:21 a.m. I grab my basket of the things that I need to move around the house, like my phone and my iPad. Maybe it would be a hoodie or a jumper if the weather was cooler. And I head into my home office where I leave my iPad for I'm going to need it later on in my morning routine. Then I head into my kitchen for some more hydration. I really do find that the more I hydrate in the mornings, the less groggy I feel, the more energy I have. I grab my cold cup with my metal straw. I head over to the fridge and I fill it up with quite a lot of ice because I like my drinks to be really nice and cold, and then lots of cold water. And then I read that caffeine very first thing in the morning is almost unnecessary because you've got a natural burst of energy in the morning. So I've switched to just using some of this squash in with my water first thing in the morning. It's delicious, and saving caffeine for later in the day for sort of a mid-morning slump. Then I head to my living room for a little bit of a morning workout. I like to eat the frog and get working out over and done with in the morning. I keep my exercise mat and my free weights hidden just behind the curtain in my living room, so I know exactly where they are. It's not a barrier to exercise having to go look for them, think, oh, where's the stuff? Everything's exactly where I need it. I start most mornings with some sun salutations, just a few minutes of yoga to warm myself up. Sometimes I will do a longer yoga session and follow something on the TV, either on Apple Fitness Plus or on YouTube. There are so many great yoga YouTube channels, but on this particular day, I have opted to just do the sun salutation and then move on to some different types of exercise. I do find that I try and pick exercise in the morning that doesn't get me super sweaty, so I wouldn't be doing HIIT workouts or anything like that, purely because I try and shower and wash my hair in the night. So if I'm doing yoga, Pilates, that kind of thing, then I'm not super sweaty and I can just kind of wipe myself over or give myself a quick freshen up without having to fully shower. I'm actually opening the door right now because it is summer, it's warm, so I'm warmed up after my few minutes of yoga and I'm moving on to Pilates workout. So I'm connecting my Apple Watch to the TV and I'm going to follow an Apple Fitness Plus workout. I like these because they help me close my rings, it helps me stay motivated. I can see on screen how long I've got left, how many calories I've burnt, how many exercise minutes I've done, things like that. It just helps me really stay on track. The biggest reason I exercise in the mornings is it just makes me feel so much better. I end up feeling so much more energized if I've exercised in the morning, and it's just unlikely to happen if I leave it till the end of the day. So it's an eat the frog kind of thing, and the theory is if you eat the frog first thing in the morning, because that's the nastiest thing you've got to do, you're going to get it done and then you know it's not hanging over you the rest of the day, and that's exercise for me. So now it's time to roll up my exercise mat and put it back away, back in the corner of the room, out of sight, but ready for tomorrow morning. Now I'm going to head into my home office and do a little bit of journaling and a little bit of planning for the day, just so that when I do actually start working, then I'm ready to actually start working and not just thinking, what should I be doing? So I'm going to light a little candle, make it really zen. Yes, shameless self-promotion, I have a planner. I have two versions of the planner that you can see right now. I've got the coil bound planner, or the other one that's just like a book is called the perfect bound planner, and you can use those to plan out your days and weeks if you are a paper planner kind of girl. However, all the stuff that's in these paper planners is also in the digital planner, and the digital planner has more in it as well. So yes, it has things like the top 3 priorities for each day, and that is what I like to write down each morning, but it also has additional sort of more journaling based stuff in it as well. Things like in the mornings I like to write what I'm excited for each day, so that's sort of advanced gratitude. Which things am I looking forward to that day? And then at the end of the day, if you were watching an evening routine video, you'd see me writing down things that went well through the day, wins of the day, and things I was grateful for during the day. And it just helps keep me in a really positive mindset. So even if things aren't going brilliantly, there's always something I can find that is a positive, something that I can focus on that did go well. So even days where I think, oh, I've got so much to do, focusing like this on, right, my top 3 priorities. What are my main 3 overarching things I have to do? And I'm not talking about like little itty bitty to do things. I'm talking about overarching goals, which are broken down then into smaller to-dos. And now I'm moving on to my bigger life goals. Now these I write out as kind of already, you write them out as if they're already done. This is the thing. Apparently with goals, you write them out more like an affirmation, like I am this thing, I have this thing. It doesn't mean you are or you have already, but that's how you write it in, and it tricks your brain into thinking it. But sometimes I cheat and I copy and paste the goals and I just highlight over them because it makes me read them and it just saves a bit of time. So now I'm doing morning pages, which is just kind of like a brain dump of whatever is on my mind. So maybe some mornings I have amazing ideas about revelations I've had while I've been listening to a podcast episode. I thought, oh, that's amazing. I can really do that to make a difference in my life. That would be an amazing video idea. Sometimes while I'm exercising, I have really good ideas. Some mornings I have no sensible thoughts and I just brain dump nonsense and it makes no sense. But that's okay too. And I do find if I take a few minutes to do some morning pages, I think the person that invented morning pages or discussed it first was in a book called The Artist's Way, and they suggested to write 3 pages of morning pages, but just do whatever works for you. Now my middle 2 come downstairs before I go back up at this stage. The first thing they do is change the Disney counter down to see how many days we got left till Disney. It is always fun to have a Disney countdown on the go, and it always puts the children in a really good mood to see how long we have left. So now my middle 2, who are 11 and 8, are starting taking some responsibilities for doing some jobs in the morning. So Bella is going to rinse out the water bottles and then fill them up. It is summer, it is very hot, so the children always take water to school, but it's especially important in this warmer weather. William is just getting out the bowls ready for breakfast, and he's grabbing the bananas and the other after school snacks. So he's grabbing things for snacks for during the school day and snacks for after school. Bella is going to fill up the bottles and then those will go into the school bags, which William is going to get out for me from the school bag station. They've basically got a little box each by the front door with school bags and things. So now before we all head back upstairs to do the next stage of the morning routine, I'm going to empty the washing machine, put the wet washing into dry, put another load on, keep it all moving. Laundry is just one of those things. Again, eat the frog, get it done, keep it doing, little and often, do it every day, bite-sized chunks, and it's not overwhelming. Never forget, people, to empty the dryer fluff. Keeps your dryer efficient and non-hazardous. So it's time to go back upstairs and make the bed. So Daddy falls up by now. Sometimes he makes the bed, sometimes he's in the bathroom and I end up making the bed, and get the throw back on it and put the throw pillows on and just make it sort of neat and tidy. I feel like a made bed makes a clean room. Even if your room isn't especially clean, if the bed is made, it feels clean. So now it's time for SPF. I know some of you were worried. You were very worried that I wasn't putting SPF on this summer. I am. And I know we should do it all year round. Do I wear SPF all year round? Not always. I should probably, but I do live in the UK, which is most under the cover of cloud through the winter. So now it's time for SPF all over for the children and for me as well, actually. And then to do the girlies' hair, I do have a hair things drawer with all the things I need for their hair next to my dressing table. I am working on French plaits. Now, as you will witness from watching my videos, my French plaiting skills, not great, not the best, but as the children say in school, they go into a learning pit and then they learn and they do better. I'm improving, I'm getting better. Time for a bit of makeup for me, so I've got SPF on. I already had moisturiser. Now for a little bit of foundation, a little bit of concealer, Not going totally mad with loads of makeup, just a little bit. Some mornings I literally just wear mascara. Today I've got a little bit of blush. This is a matte blush, just dabbing that in, and a little bit of this powder, which is the only powder I've ever been able to use that doesn't cake on my very dry skin. So like I said, this is probably the most makeup I wear in the mornings. Time for mascara. But sometimes it's just mascara and even just sunscreen. You can see the difference with and without mascara. This mascara is brilliant. It really doesn't smudge. I will link everything I'm chatting about, by the way, down below in a blog post if you're wondering, what was that, Ree? Where can I find that? It'll all be linked in a blog post below, and I'll put it in the pinned comments too. Now for a little bit of lip liner, and then a little bit of lippy too, and I'll link all the shades and things I'm using because that one's scrubbed off down below. Bit of setting spray, and that's my face done. And I need to straighten my hair, but first I'm needing to do Zara's hair, which that needs brushing through. The girls are tending to sleep in their French plaits at the moment, just to keep all the hair off their faces because it's warm, it's the summer, and it's just easier like that, to be honest. And I like to tie their hair up for school because it stays neater and they're less likely to get nits, in my mind at least. On to getting dressed, time for me to be out of my evening night clothes and into something for the day. And here's a little something I do. I don't know if other people do this or if it's weird. I put the deodorant on after I've put the clothes on, because if I put deodorant on first, I end up getting it all over my clothes and it drives me insane. So I kind of shove my deodorant inside my clothes to put it on. I don't know, that might be weird. Now on to hair straightening. My hair straighteners are linked to my dressing table. Apologies if this sets yours off. If I say, Alexa, turn dressing table on, or I won't say it again, it'll set yours off. A word, turn dressing table off. When I know the dressing table's off, then my hair straighteners are off too. So if I have one of those mornings where I'm like, did I turn my hair straighteners off? I can check the app on my phone, and if my dressing table's off, so are my hair straighteners. Time for everyone to come downstairs now for breakfast. And we all try and have breakfast together every morning. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes my husband has to leave earlier for work, but generally we do try and have breakfast together. Breakfast consists of fruit and fruit juice for the children. William's getting that out of the fridge for me, and they get the cups out themselves, and the children have cereal. So William is having cornflakes today, and the children have chosen Cheerios, so they are having those with milk. So they eat their cereal first and then munch on some fruit. A little practice we've taken to doing recently is going around the table and saying things that each of us are grateful for, and they don't have to be big things, but it really helps to improve everyone's mood. And even if someone's feeling a bit down in the dumps, and it could be something little, like I'm grateful it's sunny today, I'm grateful for a nice thing that someone did, or I'm grateful that the thing I ordered that I was been waiting for ages finally showed up, or whatever it might be, just tiny little things, silly things. It makes everyone smile in the mornings until the end of breakfast alarm goes off. Now I allow a bit of a buffer time between the end of breakfast and the time we physically have to leave for school. This is for a few reasons. It's to get a couple of little jobs done, tidying up after breakfast, that kind of thing. But also, and probably mainly, it's to allow for a bit of a margin of error, because school morning routines, no matter how slick you have them, can sometimes go a bit wonky. Zara's just helping tidy up by putting the dirty wet wipes away for me. We're all helping by spraying and wiping tables. We're getting the children involved. And most mornings we manage to do all this in a timely fashion. But we're all human, and there are quite a few of us, and sometimes things go a bit wrong. Sometimes there are meltdowns to deal with, or sometimes things just don't go as planned. And in those situations, that buffer time means we are not late. So now Bella is grabbing the little handheld vacuum cleaner for me and doing the little crumbs that we've inevitably dropped. And we've still got a few minutes now. We're going to get the shoes out. So the bags are out, the snacks are in the bags, the drinks are in the bags. Once the children have got their coats and their shoes out, they can use this buffer time to just chill out. So William's opting to play on his Switch, the girls are opting to do some colouring at their little desk, and they're having a bit of chill out, relaxed time before we leave for school. Now, like I said, sometimes this buffer time is just dealing with chaos and carnage, but other times I can just put on another load of washing, and it's one less thing to do later in the day. So the children are chilling and relaxing, I'm getting another load on, because that can be washing while I'm doing other things. That's multitasking at its best. So I'm going to get a load on with one of those pod things, some of the little scent boosters so it all smells good. All that's going in the machine, and that can go on and be washing while I take the children to school. Now, another alarm goes off, and the reason I have these alarms is so that I don't have to clock watch. It goes off on my phone and also buzzes me on my watch, and it just means I don't have to think, oh, what time is it? What time is it? Because I know that my phone will tell me when it's time to do the next thing. So the girls have done some lovely pictures they wanted to show you before we left for school, and Bella's been working on this for school, a poster about the ocean and being eco-friendly, things like that, and she's done a very good job. So we're grabbing shoes. The shoes had already been put out, so they were found. It's just a case now of putting them on. I do think it's important for the children to find the things they need and have them ready to go before they have that chill buffer time. So I am ready to take them to school now. It's a nice dry day, which is good, and it's time to leave. So we're going to walk to school, which is just such a blessing. We're able to do that since we moved, which was 3 years ago now. We moved to what I guess I have to stop calling our new house. But being able to walk to school is just a nice opportunity to talk to the children, to get some more steps in, to get some fresh air. It really makes such a difference being able to do that rather than having to drive, and it's just a bit more exercise for everybody, just getting those extra steps in, keeping us healthy. Then I head back, and as you probably know, I work from home, so I head back to the house to start my work day. I put away my own jacket and shoes so things aren't left out and everything stays neat and tidy, hopefully, but at least if I put my stuff away, it's a really good start. And I head into my little home office, sit at my computer and get on with some work. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this morning routine helpful. You can find more routine videos on screen, as well as my latest video and my planner. So see you guys soon. Bye.